Hey everyone, welcome to this session. Our topic is magnetism. In the past video, we discussed the concept of magnetism. Magnets simply are just materials that can attract one another. We discussed the occurrence of magnetism. We saw the common magnets that occur and appear on our Earth's surface. Then we discussed about the magnetic materials and the non-magnetic materials. So today let's see the properties of magnets. Then we also discuss about the types of magnetic materials. We'll see the types of magnets based on their shape and then the application of magnets. So let's dive into it. We'll start with the properties of magnets. The following are just few of the properties of magnets. The first property is the attractive property, whereby it describes that a magnet attracts ferromagnetic materials. We talked about these ferromagnetic materials like iron, cobalt, and nickel. So these are just some of the materials which magnets can attract. So this is the first property of magnets, that is they have a attractive property. The second one is the repulsive properties, whereby the magnets they tend to repel of unlike poles. So like magnetic poles, they repel each other, and the unlike magnetic poles, they attract each other. So that's a repulsive property. Then there's a directive property. Here, this property talks about the direction, whereby a freely suspended magnet always points in a north-south direction. So these are just three main properties of magnets. Moving on, let's see the types of magnetic materials. There are three typical types of these magnetic materials. The first one is the diagmatic materials. These are just materials which have a tendency to repel from a stronger to weaker magnetic field. Take an example: water, gold, air, hydrogen, common salt, diamond, silver, and copper. So these are just the diagmatic materials. So they're just materials which have an ability to repel from a stronger to a weaker magnetic field. The second one is the paramagnetic materials. These are just substances which have a tendency just they become weakly magnetized when placed in a magnetic field. Take an example: the aluminum, platinum, chromium, oxygen, and the manganese. These are just few of the substances which they become weakly magnetized when placed in a magnetic field. And the third one is the ferromagnetic materials. These are just substances which they become magnetized when placed in a magnetic field. Their magnetic domain become aligned in one direction when they are placed in a magnetic field. Take an example: the iron, cobalt, and nickel. All these are just ferromagnetic materials. Now, what do we mean when we say magnetic domain? Magnetic domain refers to the molecular magnetic magnets lined up with each other, which constitute ferromagnetic materials. So it simply just means the molecular magnets when they lined up with each other, which they constitute to the ferromagnetic materials. Now the direction of magnetic poles varies from one domain to another if the magnet is unmagnified. Now let's move on to the types of magnets. Magnets can also be classified according to their shapes. This includes as follows. The first one is a horseshoe magnet. It looks like a horseshoe, so it's just kind of a first of these magnets as based on their shape. So their shape is like a horseshoe. Then the second one is the load-shaped magnets. It looks like a shaped and it looks like that, and you can notice from there that there are two poles, the north pole and the south pole. Same to magnetic needle that looks like that. Also, there's a North Pole and South Pole, and you can find these magnetic needles simply in the compass. Then there's bar magnet, looks like a bar, it has the same description of directions, north and south. And then there's the ring-shaped magnet, which looks like a ring. Now let's see some of the application of magnets. Magnets are used in the following. First one, magnets are used in the woman handbags closings. You can notice that some handbags, these ladies carry them, you see that there's some kind of magnets that is attached to the closings. So the magnets there helps just to enable the closing easily without any problem. The second one is that magnets are used in the picking up heavy loads. You can notice that in some industrial sites, there are heavy magnets which are there just to pick up the heavy loads. The second one is that the magnets are used, the third one is that the magnets are used in the electrical appliances like meter and receivers. The other one is that the sound and the video recording equipments. You can find the magnets within various sound and the video recording equipments. Even within like maybe speakers, you find them. Also, magnets are used in the computer memory and disk. These magnets are attached there as one of the uh, just equipment that assists in the storage of memory, and also magnets can be seen in this computer disks. And also magnets are used in electrical trains. You notice that the electrical trains are fixed with the magnets just to enable the easy transportation. So I hope it's clear, guys. Thank you for listening. We've discussed the couple of things. We've seen the properties of magnets. Then we've seen the various types of magnetic materials. Then we've seen the types of magnets based on their shape. Then we've seen a few of the applications of the magnets. Thank you.